The date is March 31st, 1992. Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster just won Best Actor and Actress respectively for two of the best performances ever put to celluloid. The jury of John Gotti's 5 murder charges was wrapping up, and Jose Canseco was just arrested for ramming his ex-wife's car with his and spitting on her window.
And a lot of people want to see what makes me tick.
A Jose Canseco bat? Tell me, you didn't pay money for this.
But little did they know, we were about to get the most ambitious genre in generations, child pop rap.
Here they are to perform their first single. Come on, Apollo, new first national TV appearance. Come on, Chris Cross, come on!
You put a can in your hand and just pop the top. Hey, yo, Chris, what's up, love?
First came Chris Cross, who had a really interesting origin story that you can barely imagine happening today.
So I seen these guys, these kids in the mall, and I'm like, I never seen kids with this type of swag, ever.
The weirdest part about their origin story is that Jermaine Dupri was just an 18-year-old who found a couple of 11-year-olds who kind of dressed swaggy, I guess, and asked them if they wanted to be musicians.
I just started following these little boys around the mall, and they looking back like, what's wrong with these things?
And before you know it, way up the charts.
Yep.
Now you've got your own kind of style, your own kind of fashion. It's called Totally Crossed Out.
Totally Crossed Out.
Now, maybe you guys could like stand up and show it to us. Would that be a problem? Because you've got everything on backwards, don't you? Like this is the Chris Cross. Maybe you can turn around now.
Their consumability petered out after the gimmick's initial fame died out. But for a brief moment, there was a shining star that burnt out effervescently into obscurity. Though their actual rapping might have been a little too hood to be in the public eye for long, they lit a flame that would eventually become the big rap pop phase of the early 2000s. Chris Kelly, Mac Daddy, ended up like so many child stars of the past, getting addicted to drugs and passing away too early. I'm not sure if being a star led him to drugs or not, but hard drugs do seem to be common among child stars of all types. After Chris Cross's rise and fall, a few child rappers tried their thing on the national stage, but couldn't really find their footing.
Tell him your name.
Bow Wow.
This is Bow Wow. Y'all hear that? Can y'all hear it? Yes. He's the future. He's a rapper too. He gonna drop and y'all go out and grab his stuff soon.
Until Snoop Dogg found a very young Shad Moss. And you know Snoop loved the kids.
It's time for the big dog to introduce the little Bow Wow.
Oh yeah. I'm a DPP with a gangster heart. Give it up to them ladies who bounce that thing. Hit them up to the players who bout that game. Hey, yo, but what's my name? Bow to the wizard.
When Bow Wow took off, things started getting a little out of control.
I'm purple dust and justice, but the nigga trying to do me in. They never do me in, they stupid solid shit.
Record out in 2000, I don't give a fuck about his first record coming out in 2000. He was fucking it up before that. That's just when JD was ready to put him out. The nigga been ready. When we discovered the nigga, he was ready to go. We put him on a couple of songs on Death Row. They had him on some bullshit ass songs. He was going hard on them motherfuckers.
Now well, much the code is used to cross guards. So I'm headed for the motherfuckers go yard. At the camp, and when I does.
A lot of this feels like neglect in a lot of ways, especially since Jermaine Dupri is hanging around actual dangerous people who have been suspected of being very harmful to young people.
11 years old, making eggs and bees. And these little mommies can't keep their hands on me. When you see me in the street, holla, what's up, son? I got a bone funny chain with a mask and walk. I make.
Just as Bow Wow was having his rise, another challenger would arise. One rapper parent was building a rapper super soldier for his child to be the King Kid rapper instead of Bow Wow. That rapper? Master P. And the super soldier? Lil Romeo. Master P is a rapper known for being a dangerous kind of guy, who's about kicking ass and basketball, and we're all out of basketball. So we definitely knew his kid would be a rap super soldier, right?
Little soldier, see, look. Don't hurt me.
Romeo looked up to Bow Wow, so when Bow Wow got a film, Romeo got a TV show.
Just a little child that had a dream from the CP3, Calio, representing New Orleans.
Not to be outdone, Bow Wow did in fact record a rarely seen pilot that was a little confusing tonally, to be honest.
Victoria got a secret, all right. She just filled with silicone.
Bow's got a secret. He don't care.
A natural rivalry formed as they were going for the same child audience, and people started pitting them against each other. Suddenly there was talk of them having some sort of feud or beef, and it kind of took off from there. The beef was manufactured, and I think we should actually ask ourselves who benefits from beefs, especially when they involve children. I just think it's weird.
We got something right here that we heard that you're doing right here. You got the rap snacks, the Little Romeo chips.
Get those in stores.
Romeo seems to have grown up a surprisingly well-adjusted individual who didn't let all the money go to his head. Probably because his dad stole all the money to pay off his taxes. He and his father don't seem as close as they did when he was a star. Recently, he wrote a poem dedicated to his father called Tree of Trauma, but again, at least he's doing well. Those kids were almost perfect products, but they still were not marketable enough.
Boy power, can you believe it?
They needed a kid who could fuel entire tours sponsored by Radio Disney and Now That's What I Call Music 5, alongside bands like Hanson and 98 Degrees. In comes Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter started his career at the ripe age of 9 years old.
Did you get famous from your brother?
On the heels of his older brother Nick Carter of Backstreet Boys fame, a la Ashley Simpson or Khloe Kardashian or literally any one of the Coltons.
Okay. Alright, here's Nick Carter, everybody!
He started his music career with the hit single Crush on You, but his success in America didn't really start until he transitioned into the genre of hip-hop with the track Aaron's Party, where he basically raps about the movie House Party but for 12-year-olds. His next hit, How I Beat Shaq, is a hilarious song and proof that Shaq will really be in anything for a paycheck.
Lisa, being friends.
Here he is getting dunked on by Mr. Carter while he dances on Shaq's grave. The more I think about it, the more I realize that basketball was an integral part of the child hip-hop of this era. It served as a conduit into urban culture through one of the most fastest growing sports in America that had a mostly black face. Anyway, the same story ended up happening with Aaron Carter. He ended up having a career embroiled in controversy and getting into a lot of trouble with his family before ending his own life. The honest truth is that children should not be stars. They should be children. Exposing them to one of the most psychologically damaging industries at such a young age is bound to do irreparable damage to their mental well-being and should be considered to be neglect. Of course, this was just the beginning of child rapping, as we began to see modern child drill rappers face similar rises and demises to the child rappers of yesterday, except theirs are a little bit more dangerous.
Keep them blows, so please don't get smoked. Fuck around, don't fuck around, and you fuck around and get smoked. Fuck around, don't fuck around, and you fuck around and get smoked.